stand for welcoming of the parade.
Region. 45-degree incline. Left. Turn.
Inward. Turn.
One of our veterans captured.
That's good.
Thank you, please.
번역씨, 우리는 5천점 출발.
Good morning, distinguished guests, community leaders, and our guests of honor, our beloved veterans of the Korean War. 안녕하세요, 존경하는 참전 용사분들, 참석하신 모든 분들께 인사드립니다. My name is Jay Park, and I'm honored to serve as the Master of Ceremony to commemorate the 72nd anniversary of the signing of the Armistice. 저는 오늘 한국전 참전용사회 보전지회가 주회하는 한국전 참전용사회 날 한전 정전 72주년 기념식 사회를 맡게 된 박지영입니다. The KBA National Wall of Remembrance behind me was dedicated in 1997 as the last tribute to the brave men and women who served during the Korean War. Today and every year, we gather to honor and remember their bravery and their legacy. We will now begin the Korean War Veterans Day ceremony with the singing of the national anthems of Canada and Korea. 고 캐나다와 애국가 열창으로 행사를 시작하겠습니다. Please rise for the anthem.
We
I would like to invite Abigail Brown from the Mount Pleasant group of cemeteries to share welcoming remarks.
안녕하세요. Hello. Minister Cho, Lieutenant Co, Deputy Mayor Singh, Consul General Kim, Commander Smith, the Honorable Sonia Sidhu, Tabitha Stubbs of the EAC, members of the Korean Veterans Association, members of the Korean Canadian Cultural Association of Toronto, family, friends, and distinguished guests. My name is Abigail Brown, and I'm the Director of Marketing, Communications, and Outreach at the Mount Pleasant Group. It's an honor to be here this morning, and an honor to welcome everyone to Meadowvale Cemetery for this important commemoration of the 72nd anniversary of the Korean War Armistice. This site holds deep meaning, not only as the home of the Korean Veterans National Wall of Remembrance, but also as a place of long-lasting connection between the Korean Veterans Association and our team at Mount Pleasant Group. Long before the wall was dedicated here in 1997, as you heard, the KVA held its annual Remembrance Day services on these grounds, making Meadowvale a fitting and meaningful location for this national memorial. The wall stands as a permanent tribute to the 516 Canadians who gave their lives in the Korean War. Each bronze plaque represents a life lost and a promise kept that their sacrifice will never be forgotten. It also reminds us of the nearly 30,000 Canadians who served in Korea and the thousands more who continue to serve in the years that followed. We are proud to host this annual service and to provide a place where veterans, family, and all Canadians can reflect, can remember, and can honor the legacy of those who served. It's also why the Mount Pleasant Group maintains dedicated veteran sections at 8 of our 10 cemeteries across the GTA, and why each November we work with the Canadian Legion, the Canadian Armed Forces, and other partners to host Remembrance Day services that draw thousands of attendees. This is the least we can do to honor and pay tribute to those men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice so that we might know peace. We will never forget. 감사합니다. Thank you. We'll now invite Consul General Kim to offer his remarks.
Korean War veterans Mr. Ron Zedro, Mr. Romeo Daly, Mr. Gordon Bennett, and Mr. Andy Barber. Member of Parliament Sonia Sidhu, Member of Parliament Ali Essasi, Minister Raymond Cho, Deputy Mayor Akiva Singh, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is again this day in July that we gather here under this scorching sun to remember that Canada helped and saved Korea from the war. That the people of Korea are forever grateful to Canadian soldiers, sailors, and airmen that fought in the war. That the war must never happen again in the Korean Peninsula. That the armistice must lead to lasting peace and the unification of Korea. That we continue to honor these commitments year after year. I thank you, Grace Lee and organizers, for all your hard work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Consul General Kim. I now invite the Member of Parliament. Oops, sorry, please skip this thing there. Yep, I now invite Member of Parliament from Brampton South, Sonia Sidhu, to deliver remarks on behalf of the Government of Canada.
Good afternoon. I'm Sonia Sidhu, Member of Parliament from Brampton South, along with my colleague MP Ali Essasi, MP from Willowdale. On behalf of the Government of Canada, I'm honored to join you in marking the 72nd anniversary of the Korean Armistice Agreement and to pay tribute to the brave Canadians who served in the Korean War. More than 26,000 Canadians stepped forward to defend peace and democracy on the Korean Peninsula. They served with a great courage, Their legacy lives on in the freedoms we cherish today and in the enduring friendship between Canada and South Korea, a bond forged in sacrifice and strengthened over generations. To our Korean War veterans and their families, thank you. We remember you, and we are forever grateful. Today, we always looking forward when all the dignitaries, Mayor, Deputy Mayor Harkiran, and the Consul General Kim, and all the dignitaries, we are here to remember all the sacrifice. We always was thankful to your sacrifices. Thank you.
Thank you, MP Sidhu and MP Hasasi. I invite the Honorable Raymond Cho, Minister of Seniors, Accessibility, and Member of Provincial Parliament for Scarborough North to share remarks on behalf of the Province of Ontario.
Good morning, everyone. 안녕하세요. I'm Raymond Cho, Ontario's Minister for Seniors and Accessibility. I'm also World War II and Korean War survivor. Please allow me to say a few words in Korean. Being a Korean Canadian, first Canadian politician of Korean background, I feel I have to say a few words in Korean. 네, 안녕하세요. 난 장관으로 여러 행사 참여하지만 오늘같이 중요한 행사는 없다고 생각합니다. 우리 한국 독난 때 우리 유엔군과 캐나다 군인들이 와서 싸우지 않았으면 내가 이 자리에 장관으로서 얘기할 수 있기 때문에 아주 진심으로 감사를 드립니다. I just said in Korean, if the United Nations force and the Canadian young soldiers, they sacrificed their lives, 516 Canadian young soldiers sacrificed their life. Because of their sacrifice, here I'm standing as a minister, Ontario, and say thank you world. Now, I would not be here without those who came to save the oppressed people in Korea. Because they answered the call, I and millions of others have been able to live lives of freedom instead of oppression. Today and every day, we must remember those who rise to push back against aggression in the world that seeks to subjugate their neighbors. Canada is a country where we can all live side by side in peace and enjoy freedom. Actually, I do not have enough vocabularies to thank those who made their sacrifice to save us Koreans. I hope one day where all peoples in the world can also live the same peace, where everyone can enjoy the freedoms that were fought for by heroes like those who fought in Korea. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Minister Cho. I invite Deputy Mayor Harkiran Singh to share remarks on behalf of the City of Brampton.
Thank you, and MP Sidhu, MP Ali, Minister Cho, to the Consul General, and distinguished guests, thank you for making your way to the National Korean War Wall of Remembrance. It's a powerful symbol for us at the City of Brampton that reflects on resilience, perseverance, and ultimately sacrifice. And on a day like this, it's warm and families are enjoying and it's a Sunday. But for us to get here and enjoy these freedoms, have a vibrant democracy and a resilient society, it ultimately took sacrifice. And so we remember the 516 men and women who laid down their lives, and we're here for the 72nd anniversary of the Korean War Armistice. and we reflect, we remember, and we heal together. So thank you for making it out, and we look forward to continuing to remember those who paid the ultimate. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Singh. I would like to invite our final speaker, Jung-hee Kim, President of the Korean Canadian Cultural Association, to give remarks on behalf of the Toronto Korean community.
안녕하세요. Distinguished veterans and honored guests, today we remember July 27, 1953. On that day, the Korean War started and the Armistice was signed. It was not the end of all struggles, but the first step toward peace. More than 26,000 Canadians served in the Korean War. 516 of them never came home. They fought for freedom in a land for them their own. Because of their sacrifice, the Republic of Korea survived. It has grown to a free and strong nation. To our veterans, you are the guardians of peace. We will never forget what you gave. We will tell your story to future generations, and we will protect the freedom you fought for. Thank you. Deeply and sincerely. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. For those who are able, I invite you to stand for the last toast, moment of silence, Ruse in the Monk. During the moment of silence, please turn towards Korea by facing the Korean flag. To remember the United Nations Allied fallen buried in Busan and the Korean nationals who fought shoulder to shoulder with them, buried in the National Cemetery in Seoul. 묵념 시간에는 항구를 향해 깃발 쪽으로 쓰시겠습니다. Thank you. Please be seated. We will continue the ceremony with the act of remembrance recited in English, French, and Korean by Terry Wilkins, Paul Rochon, and Heechul Ko.
They shall go not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, for the year is condemned. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Ils ne vieilliront pas comme nous qui leur avons survécu. Ils ne connaîtront jamais l'outrage ni le poids des années. Quand viendra l'heure du crépuscule et celle de l'aurore, nous nous souviendrons d'eux.
살아있는 우리는 늙지만 그들은 늙지 않을 것입니다. 나이가 들어도 그들은 지치지 않으며 저물어가는 석양과 밝아오는 아침 햇살 가운데 우리는 늘 그들을 기억할 것입니다. 우리는 늘 그들을 기억할 것입니다.
I invite Petty Officer First Class Wang, Flight Sergeant Chang, Petty Officer Second Class Kim to recite the commitment to remember in English, French, and Korean.
They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely to themselves. To them we pledge amidst the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them.
Ils étaient jeunes comme nous. Ils ont servi donnant généreusement d'eux-mêmes. Nous leur promettons, en dépit du temps qui passe, de porter le flambeau et de ne jamais oublier. Nous nous souviendrons d'eux.
안녕하세요. 저는 이윤지 조단리입니다. 오늘 이 자리에서 한국전쟁 정전협정 72주년을 기념하는 뜻깊은 영서를 낭독하게 되어 큰 영광입니다. 존경하는 참전용사 여러분, 내외 기빈 여러분, 그리고 한인 동포 여러분, 이 뜻깊고 엄숙한 자리에 함께해 주셔서 진심으로 감사드립니다. 오늘 우리는 1953년 7월 27일 한국전쟁 정전협정 72주년을 기념하기 위해 이 자리에 모였습니다. 정전협정은 1950년 6월 25일 시작된 3년간의 치열한 전쟁을 멈추게 한 중요한 전환점이었습니다. 하지만 그날 전투는 멈추었어도 전쟁은 아직 완전히 끝난 것이 아니었습니다. 한반도는 여전히 긴장이 계속되고 있고 지속적인 평화를 지켜가는 것은 우리는 모두의 과제입니다. 우리는 오늘 이 정전협정의 의미를 되새기며 전쟁에 참전한 분들의 용기와 희생, 그리고 잊지 말아야 할 그들의 헌신을 진심으로 기립니다. 2만 6천 명이 넘는 캐나다 분들이 이름조차 잘 몰랐던 한국이라는 나라를 지키기 위해 고향을 떠났습니다. 그중 516명은 끝내 돌아오지 못했습니다. 그분들은 지금도 한국 땅에 잠들어 계시고 우리는 그분들을 영원한 영웅으로 기억하고 있습니다. 참전용사와 그 가족 여러분 덕분에 지금의 한국은 자유롭고 민주적인 나라로 성장할 수 있었습니다. 여러분께 큰 감사와 존경의 마음을 전합니다. 오늘은 단순히 과거를 떠올리는 날이 아닙니다. 우리는 이 날을 통해 평화의 소중함을 다시 새기고 캐나다와 한국 간의 깊은 정을 되돌아봅니다. 우리가 이 자리에 함께 할 수 있는 건 바로 누군가의 용기 있는 희생이 있었기 때문입니다. 참전용사 여러분, 우리는 여러분을 기억합니다. 우리는 여러분을 존경합니다. 우리는 여러분께 진심으로 감사드립니다.
그들은 우리처럼 어렸지만 조국을 위해 아낌없이 자신을 바쳤습니다. 시간이 바람같이 흘렀지만 우리는 약속할 수 있습니다. 그들의 횃불을 이어 들겠노라고, 그들을 결코 잊지 않겠노라고, 우리는 그들을 기억할 것입니다.
Thank you. I would like to acknowledge our cadets who are serving as wreath bearers for today's ceremony. When your name is called, please stand at the front, right there, and wait for the wreaths to be brought to you before proceeding to the memorial. 감사합니다. 이제 현회식을 시작하겠습니다. 귀하의 이름이나 단체 이름이 나오면 기념 바깥쪽에서 서주시면 됩니다. 거기서 화환을 받으실 때까지 기다려 주시면 감사하겠습니다. On behalf of the Government of Canada, the first wreaths will be laid by MP Sonia Sidhu and MP Ali Asasi. On behalf of the Republic of Korea, Consul General Young Jae-kim. On behalf of the Veterans Affairs Canada, Ansha Tirarumeni. On behalf of the Canadian Armed Forces, Lieutenant Navy Aaron Coe and Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Andrew Payton. On behalf of the Province of Ontario, Minister Raymond Cho. On behalf of the City of Brampton, Deputy Mayor Harkarit Singh. On behalf of the Canadian Navy, Lieutenant Navy Aaron Coe. On behalf of the KVA Unit 15 Niagara, Romeo Daly, and on behalf of the RCN Tribal Class Destroyers that served in the Korean War, Andy Barber. On behalf of the Korean Veterans Association of Canada, Hee Chul Ko, and on behalf of the 625 Korean War Veterans Association, Chan Ho Kim. On behalf of the Republic of Korea Army, Sung-sik Choi. On behalf of the Republic of Korea Navy, Eun Young-jung. And on behalf of the Republic of Korea Air Force, Shin Hak-kam. On behalf of the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry Association, Greg Ferguson, Ron Crooks, Major Paul Hale. On behalf of the Queen's Own Rifles Association, Chief Warrant Officer Brian Budden, and on behalf of the Canadian Infantry Association, Lieutenant Colonel Robin Hester. On behalf of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 10, Michael Mahel. On behalf of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 15, Henry Verscheren. and on behalf of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 609, Sergeant at Arms Paul Ankerman and Tina Kelly. On behalf of the Brampton Fire and Emergency Services, Deputy Chief Richard Murdoch, and on behalf of the Toronto Firefighters War Veterans Association, Ben and Fuzo. On behalf of the Korean War Veterans Advocates of Canada, Ujang Jones Kennedy. On behalf of the Korean Canadian Cultural Association, Chung Hee Kim, and on behalf of the Peaceful Unification Advisory Council, Kenneth Yu. On behalf of the late William Patrick Reagan, a beloved Korean War veteran, Hazel Reagan, and family. On behalf of the Meadowvale Cemetery, Abigail Brown. And representing the RK Vietnam War veterans, I now invite Padre Lieutenant Aaron Ko to offer a moment of reflection.
Today, we gather at the Korean Veterans National Wall of Remembrance in Brampton to commemorate the 72nd anniversary of the Korean War Armistice. As a chaplain in the Canadian Armed Forces, I often reflect on those who prepare to serve in the times of need and the unseen weight that war leaves behind for all those who have experienced it. The Canadian Armed Forces operates under the principle of serve Canada before self, emphasizing a deep commitment to our nation and its values, while continuing to contribute to global peace and security. We remember those who served for the freedom and security of Korea, their courage and their sacrifices, as well as their families and friends who supported them behind the scenes. During the Korean Wars, 26,791 members of the three elements, the Royal Canadian Navy, the Royal Canadian Air Force, and the Canadian Army, have served in the several key battles and engagements. After the two world wars, Korea remains Canada's third bloodiest conflict, claiming the lives of 516 Canadians and wounded more than 1,200. When we consider the families and friends of those who were deployed, it becomes clear that the countless Canadians, both directly and indirectly, fought for peace in Korea. Moreover, those Canadians deployed to a land many have never seen, yet they went with a steadfast commitment to uphold peace and to protect the vulnerable. The visible and invisible wounds of war left scars that affected not only those who served, but their families and their loved ones. As a person of Korean descent, I am deeply honored and grateful to take this part in the ceremony and to serve in the Canadian Armed Forces. I would not have known the freedom and peace I experienced today if it were not for the sacrifices of those we gather to honor. Though I did not live through the Korean War, I have witnessed and experienced its aftermath and the pain of the divided land and lasting effects of the intergenerational trauma. For many years, the Korean War has been overlooked and referred as the Forgotten War, but today it is recognized as an important chapter of Canada's military history. However the history may remember it, we are here today because it has never been forgotten in our hearts and always will be remembered. The sacrifice, courage, and resilience exemplified will be remembered, and the spirit of the legacy will continue to promote peace and security. I'll say shortly in Korean. 대한민국을 위해 헌신한 캐나다 참전 용사분들의 고귀한 희생을 기억하겠습니다. As a sign of respect, I invite you, if you're able, please stand and join me in the prayer and take a moment of quiet contemplation according to your own beliefs and values. 존경의 표현으로 가능하신 분들은 잠시 일어나 기도와 묵념으로 희생한 참전 용사님들을 기억하는 시간을 갖겠습니다. The spirit of peace, we stand here in reverence. The wreath serves as a symbol of resemblance for those who have fallen. We dedicate this wreath to the sacred memories of those who served with bravery, suffered, and made the ultimate sacrifice. May our remembrance today not be limited to this moment, but carry forward the values they fought for: freedom, security, and the hope for reconciliation in the world. May this time of remembrance inspire us to live with respect, to serve with integrity, and to seek peace. Go from this place in the spirit of gratitude, love, courage, and with vision rooted in love, rooted in peace and hope, lest we forget.
Thank you, Chaplain. Thank you to all the dignitaries, veterans, and guests for attending today's ceremony. This concludes the formal portion of today's ceremony, and the piper will lead succession of the official party. 이로써 한국전 참전용사의 날 기념을 마치겠습니다. 한국 전쟁에서 싸우시고 희생하신 분들을 기리기 위한 행사를 참석해 주신 내빈 여러분들, 단체장님들, 그리고 참전 용사님들 감사합니다. After the succession, I would like to invite everyone to place a poppy on the replica gravestone of the Canadian fallen buried in the United Nations Memorial Cemetery in Busan, Korea. 부산 유엔 기념공원에 안정된 캐나다 전사자들의 모비와 같은 모습이 모비에 파피를 놓으실 분들은 나와주시기 바랍니다. Veterans and VIPs, please join us for lunch hosted by the Consul General of the Republic of Korea at the conclusion of the official photos. It will be at Legion Branch 609. 참전 용사님들과 귀빈들을 위한 양사관에서 주 최한 오차는 캐나다 로열 리전 브랜치 609에서 있습니다. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Color party, by the right, quick, march. Color party, march, time. Color party, halt. Color party, order, colors. Color party, low carried colors, dismissed. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. We'll do it, right?